Welcome back to another episode in Are You Safe 2 channel. On the Are You Safe 2 channel. I'm Todd and we're starting something new. I'm really excited about this. I have been planning this since, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. 8 months. Yes, almost 8 months to the day. And over the next few episodes, you're going to see what in the Lego community is called a MOC. It's MOC, my own creation. And I was inspired by the Sears Tower, which we have right here. This was one set in the Windy City series of this playlist. The Sears Tower, or now known as the Willis Tower, is 110 stories. It held the record of being the tallest building in the world for a very long time. And having grown up in and around and near the city, it was one of those icons of architecture. So sit back and relax. What's our agenda today? Well, we're going to build something. In this case, we're going to build my own creation. I have been working on detailed plans, which I have printed out thanks to the Lego Systems Design Program. It's kind of like CAD for bricks, and also some assistance from others in the Lego building community who have been super helpful. I'm going to recognize some of those folks in the description after this video or down below. So we have already built the initial architecture series, the Sears Tower. And we have Toby, our safety manager, on a ladder. And if you know people that work with ladders, it is one of those safety hazards that you really have to pay attention. Use your training. Watch out for each other because, oh my gosh, Toby could fall. And that's just a big mess. So Toby, on his ladder, has a little injury. If you look carefully, you'll see a bandage over his eye. I found that piece from Citizen Brick, and it's just one of those little Easter eggs that I'll throw into various episodes. So you'll see Toby in various accidents. He's a very terrible safety manager, and as one, for 30 years I've worked with, I've spoken to, I've helped all kinds of safety managers, industrial hygienists, and operations and equipment people to understand safety. So part of our agenda today is to build. We're also going to learn something. So each episode I try to incorporate a little learning because we educate, we motivate, and we inspire each other to do great things. We turn adversity into opportunities to learn. So that is our Sears Tower. Then we also built a skyline, and this is the Chicago skyline, again part of the architecture series that Lego has. It's a retired set, and I was able to acquire bits and pieces through Bricklink over the course of several months. So that was fun to build. We have the Big Red, we have the Sears Tower, we have the Chicago River crossed by the DuSable Bridge, which is part of Michigan Avenue. We've got the Cloud Gate, or the Bean, as people call it, and a little representation of Millennium Park or Grant Park. We also have Mrs. O'Leary's cow and a little flame because, tipping over the lantern started the Chicago fire. We have the Wrigley Building, and then we have the John Hancock Center. So we also added, in addition to adding Mrs. O'Leary's cow, I've got the Billy Goat Tavern, street level, and then I also have the Marina City Towers, which sit along the Chicago River, and these are the twin towers that are circular. The floor plans are pie-shaped, and it is one of the neatest places to visit. If it's above my pay grade, but I'd love to live there. And so yeah, the Marina City Towers has another iconic architectural feature, as do all of these. So we are very glad to start the third part of the Windy City series. And joining me today is, of course, we have our special guest, Toby, the very bad safety manager. Toby is joined by a first responder, and I haven't quite figured a name out. If you would like to name our first responder, she is quite upset at Toby and is constantly reminding him that safety is important. Many companies say safety first. Well, I got to agree with Mike Rowe. A business is in business to make money. So your profit has to be important to any business that wants to grow, to be successful. And then you have quality. If you want to grow and have income and profit and employees that with benefits and all those kind of perks, you need to have profit and then quality and safety third, as Mike Rowe has pointed out. He even talked about it in a TED Talk, which is pretty neat. So we have Rose from the Chicago Bulls, number 5, holding the Chicago flag. And we have Minifig Stan holding the Stanley Cup, the Chicago Blackhawks. Oh, let's get a little closer view. There is Minifig Stan holding the Stanley Cup. And then we have a close-up of Rose. There you go. We have our musical guests, the Blues Brothers, Jake and Elwood Blues minifigs that I made up of various parts and pieces. And he's got his briefcase and their microphones, singing and dancing. Great movie. We have minifig Ryan. I call him Ryan. Ryan Sandberg was a Chicago Cubs baseball player and announcer for quite some time. So there's minifig Ryan. We have the coach of the Bears, minifig Mike, bringing us a deep dish Chicago style pizza. What do you like on your pizza? I'm a big fan in Chicago style of pepperoni and sausage. It is drippy, it is messy, and there's enough in one pie to feed like 4 people. And then we have our, as always, joining us, minifig Mike, who has seen his fair share of dirty jobs along the way. So minifig Mike, minifig Ryan, and Blues Brothers, and Rose, and Stan, and Toby, and our unnamed yet, as of yet, unnamed first responder. All right, so plans. 50 steps that I've created. It'll be over 3,900 pieces, and you'll have a chance to watch as I build this. Will I make mistakes? Probably. And that's the fun about watching somebody try something, because you never know if they're going to make mistakes. Today, we are going to take all of these bags, and there's 50 of them, one for each step, and we're not going to do all of them. But I have meticulously, as I've been collecting and sorting and placing, putting right bags in the right order. So we have bag 3, we have bag 4, we have these other bags in various steps along the way. If we get through 3 and not to bag 4, that's okay. I'm not worried about that, because this is a long, fun, enjoyable process. The adventure is in the journey, not the destination. Correct? We also have a light kit, and this light kit is going to light up the Sears Tower from the inside. You'll see that as it progresses. So welcome, folks. Thank you very much. We're going to build something. We're going to learn something. We're going to compliment somebody. I think that it's important to recognize other creators, other makers, other content providers, because this platform, YouTube, is the second most used platform for search as a search engine, second only to Google. Let's see. Oh, let's see, that's bag 25. We'll save that for a later time. Now, you see this thing, this black base? This not only was step 1 and 2. By the way, spoiler alert, this is my 3rd time recording this because apparently somebody forgot to press record when they first started, and then the 2nd time I messed up big time. So 3rd time's a charm. The base that the tower will sit on needs to be sturdy. I imagine, and in my head and from the designs and sketches and measuring, I think it's about 2.5 feet tall. That'll be interesting when it's all done to run a tape measure from the bottom to the top. The scale of this is not minifig scale. Okay, this is a minifig. It is not microfig. There are microfigs, which are tiny. And that is a microfig right there. You see that? I don't want to drop it in my coffee, but that is a microfig. And that is a minifig. And if I put them side by side, let's have Mike hold the pizza next to the microfig. Okay, so that's the scale of a minifig versus a microfig. This is going to be smaller. It's a 1/800th scale. So 1 inch is 800 inches? 800 feet. Okay, you engineers out there, you will correct me because that's a good thing about the internet, is everybody likes to help each other. So feel free to make sure that I am staying true. The stud, an average stud of the Lego brick, that bumpy piece, let's say that is the height of a person. Okay? So that's the scale of this tower, and you'll get to see this as it goes up. Why did I build a strong, sturdy base? Well, I do want to make sure I run the power cords through the central core and then out through the bottom, through the back there. Okay, so there will be a space for wiring to come through and plug in, and it'll be LED, which is plastic safe. It's not going to melt. Okay, I did not use a standard base plate. These get really flimsy. You can sturdy these up by adding bricks, but I thought I'm going to create my own base. I'm going to put the first 2 levels to lock them in, and then we can build from there up. All right. Don't have music. We're not going to listen to music today. We're going to share a safety tip of the day. Make sure I've got that ready to go here. All right. So we have the agenda. Let's see. Our safety tip is safety value number 1. Intro, build, learn, complement, and then wrap it up. So we'll try to do this in 45 minutes to an hour, and I've already wasted enough time. Let's do this thing. All right. We have blueprints, we have plans, we have a base. We have bag number 3. Bag 1, bag 2, bag 3. So bag number 3 has 109 pieces in this step. It's a lot of gray. We're also going to keep a running count as we progress through, so that if step 1, the base was 42 pieces, the first level was 9 pieces, the second bag was 13 pieces, and that brings us to 64 pieces up until bag 3. This has 109. So when we finish this bag, we'll have 173 pieces. I like to save my plastic bags. And we're gonna go. All right. So we're gonna sift and sort and separate. It's hot. Where I live, it is summer in this northern hemisphere, if we lived in New Zealand or Australia or southern part of Africa or Antarctica, it would be cold. It would be very cold. Do they count it as winter? Or is winter a general seasonal saying? Let me know in the comments below. How do the seasons, winter, spring, summer, fall, fare in other continents south of the equator? Do they call it summer, but yet it's cold? That would me seem like winter. All right. Piece. Getting a new microphone pretty soon also. So if the audio today is not as clear as you would want it to be, stay tuned because that might change in the next few days. And I was very lucky to get a recommendation from a YouTuber that shares some of their insights and prowess. They're like, how many subscribers do you have? I'm like, 13. Well, how many do you want to get? I'm like, 13,000? 13 million? I'm not going to get there. This is not about the numbers. It is a great learning hobby, and maybe I can apply it to other areas in either career or elsewhere. This is a, let's see, we want to position this back this way. And we're going to put our corner pieces. There we go. Here along the back edge. 2x2s go all the way across the front. Got my laundry done today, and I lost a sock. I hate when that happens, because, you know, around here, it's just me. So, why, how, where did I lose the sock? Boggles the mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a 2x2, and a second 2x2, and then 1, 2. Okay, backside 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Get the outer edge. So we have a 6er, a 6er, and an 8. Eight, 6, 8. So 8. Black pieces on a black base. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Keep doing that. Alright, and same on this side here. We're going to do 8. And a 6. And an 8. Alright. Now the front. This is where the fun begins. Construction site. Got to make sure you're warning people. Those will change to the black ones when we get finished. But that means we have a construction site. We also should probably put our tower crane in here somewhere. And the tower crane will rise with the building. Oops. It helps if you get all the pieces. Oh no! Danger, danger! tower crane will climb with us along our central core as we build our Sears tower. You know, it'll rise. That's what tower cranes do. Now the real Sears tower, Willis tower. You know what, folks? I'm just going to say this disclaimer right now. If I mix up the names, I grew up calling it the Sears Tower. And the name changed in 09 or 2010 when the Willis insurance group took over. So, you know what? It is... I will say it shouldn't be interchangeable, but there it is. It's my build. You can build your own Sears Tower if you want. Now the tower I've built here, again, that's not a set. That's just something out of my brain as I was sitting in a coffee shop sketching ideas. I thought, you know, I need something to keep me motivated. When I look at this, it'll help me remember what I'm doing and the goal. So the first goal was to design. The second goal was the collecting of pieces. And it's more than 15. I will have an episode later where I go into detail on some of the amazing Bricklink sellers. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Now these jumper plates are a 1x3 tile with 2 studs in the center. See? Tell your friends, you gotta watch this guy because he screws up a lot. And it's hilarious. No glue. From the movie Craggle, Crazy Glue. No glue. Cyanoacrylatorious. None. You know, when you turn your air conditioning off because you don't want that sound in the background, and you're excited and anxious and building something, and you're not sure which direction it's going to go. It's so interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, let's turn. Backside. Flat piece. Give props to the blind guy for trying to build on a dream. Building on a dream. Building on a dream. There we go. Slowly getting the hang of this. You know how you picture things in your head? And it's like, yeah, that's the way I want it to go. But then you don't picture all the details. Kind of like a safety program where you can sit through the training on fire extinguisher safety. You can listen to the moderator, the presenter, talk about the compliance and the rules and the regulations and the instructions and the proper handling. But yet, when it comes to an actual emergency, what do? As human beings, we panic. It's like, oh my gosh, where's the fire extinguisher? Well, it's right under your nose the whole time. Dumbass. I do that all the time with myself because as a safety manager, I'm expert at putting a chair on a table to change a light bulb. I can do that better than anybody. You're not supposed to. Doctors make the worst patients. Safety managers, no. Because we've learned. We've heard stories. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes. Going along the front. A plan comes together. Okay. Then from this one out, there are 2 of these. There's 2 more coming out of the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, space in between. Jumper plate there. Tile plate there. Jumper plate. We did it. Step 3, bag 3. We're going to do bag 4, and then we're going to call it a day. So that's 173 pieces so far. 1, 2, 3. I'm used to the digital downloads of the building instructions, so printing them out with my crappy eyes is always fun. One of these days I may share what my disability, my handicap, but not today. Today is a good day. The central core, I'm going to remove the tower crane for a moment, and I'm going to stabilize this on some plates so that it doesn't go tip-a-toppling. So, step 4. 21 pieces. And the central core of the tower itself, I'm starting that first layer here. Now there's a number of window pieces. So I'm going to find my special cup here. And I'm going to start separating these are translucent pieces. I'm not going to drop them in my coffee. Why don't I move my coffee? Who thought of that? You were just waiting. You were just waiting for me to say that. Yes, this is my Chicago, the musical coffee cup. You may see me feature some different coffee cups, but this is a very special coffee cup. It was given to me by the music director of the production of Chicago that I performed in. I was fortunate to be living in Florida at the time and was given the chance to be participating in some theater projects. And one of them was Chicago. And I saw that. I'm like, wow, that'd be great. I like the movie. I've seen the stage production. But I can't sing and dance. But you know what? I'm going to give it a try. And I was, always trying to find something to occupy my brain at night, on weekends. So this was a good opportunity to not only be part of a community of fellow performers, also to learn something that I self-consciously, my, how do we put it, the box that we put ourselves in, I was going to push the envelope and think outside and reach outside of my self-imposed limits. And over the course of several weeks, I learned and learned, and I rehearsed, and I rehearsed. Had a lot of folks working together. And it created a very nice show. Sold out all the performances. My role was Amos, the jilted husband to the main character. And I had a chance to sing the famous song, Mr. Cellophane. I've never forgotten it. The Joel Gray version is fantastic. The John C. Reilly version in the movie is very good. And initially, I kind of used a combination of both of those. But the music director, she suggested that I try to make it my own. And again, working with me to help voice and inflection and tone. It was just a whole lot of fun. If you ever have a chance to participate, even in community theater, go for it. It gives you something to do. You get to meet some great people, even if it's building a set or working on costumes or ushering. Let's see, I need to go 1, 2, and 2 greats. So we're going to do 1, 2, and 2 of these greats. These are great greats. Now, as I mentioned earlier, 1 stud is the height of 1 person. So the height of this plate right here would be the height of an average person. Just to give you some scale. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Now you'll notice there's no studs marking this spot here. It's just going to float there until we get to that next layer. Now we're going to work our way up the 1, 2. Okay, now we have the entrance to this side, and that gets 1, 2. 2. 3. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Does that overlap? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, Todd. No, I did it right. That corner's right there. Let's start from the front. Sometimes if you do things from a different perspective, it helps you see. So that bracket piece will go there in the front, and then we're going to build our way back. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I know what I did here. No, I don't, because these are not supposed to overlap. Wow. 1, 2. That's where the single piece goes. That's where the single piece goes. That's where the single piece goes. Tiny little 1 by 1 goes there. Now we can move everything else over, and that means the whole side is accurate. What's next? But following this side here, where we have this entrance. The neat thing about these translucent tiles, plates, is that when it's lit up from the inside, I have a combination of clear and this tinted, smoky, brownish color. So the light will diffuse through the building as if it was lit up with the different offices. Now, let's make sure we've got all of our exterior ground level pieces. Okay, nothing in the front yet. That's here. Nothing along this side until we get to this side entrance. Then there's a trans brown 2 by 2 trans brown. Oh, this goes here. And we have an extra piece left over, which I planned for. Yay! 2 extra pieces left over. Folks, this has been a great build. I would like to compliment a content creator that specializes in what's called ASMR. I've done some experimental ones from these in the past. And it is, let's see, how do I pronounce the last name? It's Lego Noni, Nonni. And it's just amazing, the builds and the production quality and the relaxing nature that these are in. So safety tip of the day, passionately creating safer and more productive workplaces. I'm going to spin this around as I talk so you can see. So if you're going to have a safety program, you have to know your hazards. You have to understand your facility and the types of accidents that could be potential injuries or worse, fatalities. You also have to know the products that you're going to need. You can't guess. Guessing isn't helping. Guessing is just cutting a corner to try to get something done ahead of time or under budget. And in establishing safe workplaces, you got to prioritize the risks. You can't tackle everything all at once. So as you understand the potential risks at the facility or the job site, prioritize it. What's the one that needs to be addressed first, and then go down the list. People that like checklists love doing that. You got to address the hazards and the people that are working around them in a way that is competent, in a way that is understood, and document. So many times over the 30 years I've been doing this, I've run into people who have not documented their training. And then all of a sudden an accident happens and OSHA shows up on site and they're like, oh, well, we had a training. Where's the documentation? That is one of the key vital questions that will be asked. Where's the documentation? And in a litigious society, you have to protect yourself, you have to protect the company, and you're protecting the workers at the same time. So you're addressing the hazards, you're reducing risk, you're preventing injuries, planning ahead, and that increases your cost savings. So you understand the risks, you understand the products that are needed, you apply the training with documentation. And we're all playing this positive role. Every employee deserves the right to go home at the end of the day with all their parts and pieces intact to what matters most. Now think about that. Every employee, that's everybody. Not some employees, not a few employees, not select employees or eligible employees, or no, accidents don't know culture or education or finances or gender. Accidents don't care. Accidents, all they want to do is inflict as much pain and suffering, and they want to, accidents, if they were, I don't know what they call it. Yes, I do, but I'm going to say accidents are preventable. 90% of accidents are preventable. If you look at the statistics, an average of 24,000 recordable accidents every day, 22 fatalities, on average, 22 fatalities on the job site every day. That's insane. We have to work together to reduce that. We have to use our training and watch out for each other. And there are people out there who do care. On the other side, there's two sides of every coin. There's some people out there that just don't care. Anyway, thank you for listening today. I have rambled on enough. You have a wonderful day. Thank you for listening. Click the like or subscribe button if you would like to be part of this build series. I will be doing more of these in the next several days and maybe weeks. So this is very exciting. We're up to bag for 195 pieces so far. Tune in next time. I'm Todd, your personal safety specialist, and we are working on this together, saving the world one accident at a time. Take care, everybody. We'll catch you soon.